It is guaranteed to help me add kilos or pounds to my bench press, and I want to share it with you. And don't be surprised when it's not complicated, because it never should be. Getting strong, getting big is really simple when you know what to do. 200 kilos, baby, 440 pounds. The most reps I've done with this weight recently is 6. Do I want to beat that today? You can bet your ass I do. Come on, baby, move. And welcome back to your mum's favorite channel on YouTube, Coach Strength. Now I hope you are doing very well today. I'm doing great. It is a beautiful day here. It's bench day, which means bench press, awesome. Get a chest pump. We're gonna hit a bunch of back work as well, maybe a little bit of shoulders, but there's something, to do with my back training today that I really wanna talk to you about. It's a really interesting approach, which will really, I think, benefit your bench press, but not only your bench press, you're gonna get a huge back, and it's really gonna help your other lifts as well. So I'm gonna go more into that when I start training my back. But first, it's bench press. Now, if you watched my last bench press session on, I think I did it Saturday, it was a fantastic day. We hit 235 kilos, which is well over 500 pounds for a nice single, with plenty in the tank. That was nice. Then I got 2 back down sets in, 210 kilos for 4, and 180 kilos for 11 reps. Now today's bench press session, it is my higher volume session, okay? So it's a little bit lighter. It's not light by any means, because we're at that point of my training cycle now where almost every session is gonna be pretty heavy. We're gonna be approaching 250 kilograms soon on the bar. So we're getting to that point. So today's session is moderately heavy. We're gonna do 1 AMRAP set, which means as many reps as possible with 200 kilograms. So that's a pretty heavy AMRAP set. That's gonna be our first working set today. And then I will get some higher volume close grip work in, probably with around 170 kilos, but then we're gonna move on to some back after that. But this is my secondary day. Doesn't mean that it's less important. This is what sets me up for the heavy day each week. Now, I'm benching on Saturday with Vic Vassar again, the biggest bench presser in Australia. And Sebastian, our coach, will be there, the Australian strength coach. It'll be a great session. Now, I believe that he is gonna be approaching PR territory for him. His biggest bench press ever is 282.5 kilos, which is around 625 pounds, okay? A huge bench press, the biggest bench press in Australian powerlifting. He's approaching PR territory, which means we could be going very close to 280 kilos. We're gonna go over 600 pounds. I know he is. Now that is, my next big bench goal, 600 pounds. He's already achieved it. I would love to see him, hit a PR in the near future. I love to see that, even though we're competitive, him getting stronger on the bench press makes me stronger. It is what it is. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to get him in for a deadlift session and, give him some humility, but it is what it is. The bench press though is fun. So I'm looking forward to that session, but we've got to set ourselves up today for a big number on the weekend. And I think, it'll be 240 kilos at least on the bar on the weekend for me. Which is the most that I've benched in around 6 months' time. So, again, I'm getting stronger as well. So it's really nice to train with him on the Saturdays. We missed that last session, he was sick. But I believe he's still got a bench press session in when he started feeling a little better. So he's looking really strong at the moment, coming off a nice restful week as well. So he's gonna be moving some weight. So I gotta get my ass into gear so I don't embarrass myself. And it's strange to think that I could go in there and bench 240 kilos, it's like 540 pounds, and still feel quite weak. But we surround ourselves with people who can make us stronger, and that is what it's about. We always want to get stronger. We always want to get stronger. So I'm going to start warming up in a minute. I'll hit my pre-workout. We have plenty to talk about again today. So again, if you're here, I appreciate you being here. Obviously trying to grow my channel, trying to get as many people watching as I can. I'm always trying to give some value, some knowledge. I do have a full bench press tutorial coming out in the next week or so. I'll be doing it next week. So there's that, another bench tutorial. And I know many of you guys probably found your way here from some of my tutorials. So it's an updated tutorial with some new knowledge, some things that I've started to implement that I've found really help. And I'm always learning, always growing, and I'm always going to share that with you. You know, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I know a lot. I've experienced a lot, but I'm always willing to learn something new that's going to make me better. And I'm always going to pass that on to you guys. So pre-workout time, then we'll start warming up, and then we'll chat during the warm-ups. Dry scoop, baby. Bottoms up. Not literally, boys. Let's go. All right, baby, we've got 60 kilos on the bar to start with, just one plate. We'll make plate jumps up into 4 plates, 180 kilos. That'll be the final warm up today before I hit my AMRAP set. Now, I made, you know, a few little changes to my bench press the last few months. I moved my grip slightly wider, and I touched slightly lower on my chest. And it's due to the fact that I went from more of a heave bench press technique, which is where you really bring it in, sink it, and then press, to more of a soft touch bench press. And I found that with that change, I had to make a few other changes to make it feel a little bit better. It's slightly different. The technique is different. And so I had to make those adjustments, and now it's starting to feel really good. It definitely took, you know, 4 to 6 weeks for me to start to feel that change, you know, in a positive way. But now things are really starting to move, and my technique's really starting to come good. I'm really happy with it at the moment. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, is just a slightly lower touch on my chest, a softer touch, meaning I'm thinking about just bench pressing to my t-shirt, not sinking it into my stomach or my chest. Although I still try to bring it down with some speed, it's definitely more of a controlled touch, which you'll probably see. Yeah, that's probably the big change, and it's something that I would like to go over in my bench press tutorial, is to teach you that technique. And I think it's going to be very valuable for a lot of you guys. You know, I'm really happy with it so far. But let's get to work. Let's go. Yeah, buddy. Easy work. $100 kilos on the bar. I'll start getting a handout probably from the next set. Just as, you know, even though it's still light for me, we want to make sure everything is moving as nicely as it possibly can. And when we get a handout, someone to unrack the bar for us, that will definitely allow you to stay in a better position. So we want to avoid that overreaching coming off the rack, using too much of our pecs. That's kind of when we really put ourselves in danger of like a pec tear. So shoulder blades retracted, depressed, focus on that with the warm-ups. Even if you have to unrack it yourself, make sure you try and get back to that position where your shoulder blades are back really hard, okay? It's gonna protect your pecs, it's gonna protect your shoulders, and that's important if you want a big bench press, obviously. You don't want to be getting hurt all the time. Let's go. Easy peasy. Feeling good, baby. Let's go. All right, baby. 140 kilos on the bar now. Putting on the wrist wraps, the belt, and getting a handout as well. Thank you. Just things to get me ready for that top set. As I said before in earlier videos, we don't want things to feel foreign or new as it gets heavy, right? You want to be comfortable with the process, so that we don't have to think about it too much and we can just worry about executing the lift. That's what's important. We'll just go 3 reps. Thank you very much. Feels good. We'll go 4 plates next, probably for our last warm up, and then we'll hit our top set. You right back there? All right, baby, we're gonna hit 180 kilos or 396 pounds or 4 plates aside for our last warm up. Now, typically I would just hit a single for my last warm up. However, today I'm going straight into like an AMRAP set. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 2 reps for this last warm up just to get a feel of doing a couple repetitions back to back, and then we'll hit that top set. Normally I wouldn't do that today. It's not a heavy set for me. I just wanna get in the groove, and I think that's gonna benefit me. So 2 reps it is for the final warm up, and then we're straight to 200 kilos or 440 pounds for an AMRAP, as many reps as possible. I'm not till failure, I don't want to fail a rep, but you know, as many reps as I can do without failing, that's the goal for today. Now, how many reps do I want to have? I would like to hit at least 5, at least 5. My best ever is 10. That's when I was my absolute strongest with the bench press around 4 years ago. I'm getting back to those numbers slowly but surely, so we need at least 5 today, at least 5. More than that would be great. More than that would be great. So it's going to be a big set. So I do have to, you know, get myself mentally prepared, physically prepared. Every single session I do is important. Every single set that I do, every single repetition that I do is important to me, right? It all serves a purpose with my goal. You know, my goal is to hit a 600-pound bench press. If I don't take these things seriously, like every warm-up set, every rep, if I take the piss and I'm passive, then I'm not really going to reach that goal. It's going to take me focusing on all the little things as well as the big things to achieve that, okay? It's the perfect storm. That's my lifetime goal, you know? Can I hit more than that? I probably will eventually, don't get me wrong. But, you know, when I set out on this journey, well, don't get me wrong, 500 pounds was my first goal, but that came pretty quickly. That's what she said, or he said, whatever, no judgment. But after I hit 500 pounds, I was like, okay, well, 600 pounds it is, and that's been a challenge. It's a massive difference between 500 and 600 pounds. It's a huge difference. You may not think it, but the stronger you get, the slower the progress can become. And you have to fight more for every kilogram, for every pound. So I'm definitely looking forward to hitting a new PR in the near future. It's been over 4 years since I hit a bench press PR, but it's all coming back. I'm a bigger beast now. I'm stronger, I'm smarter. You know, I've just got to be patient. And that I'm doing. I'm being patient, following the plan, focusing on the things I need to focus on. It will pay off. It will pay off. It is paying off. It has paid off. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to smoke this shit now, and then we'll get that top set done. Let's get it, baby. But if you're still here, like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe. You're the best. Let's get it, baby. Come on. Easy. Let's go. Thank you. Woo! Easy peasy. That's what's up. Let me get your butt cheeks through there. Getting stuck. Goodness me. 200 kilos, baby. 440 pounds. Time for the top set. Now, the most reps I've done with this weight recently is 6. Do I want to beat that today? You can bet your ass I do. And you can bet your ass I am. I'm going to smoke this. We're going to beat 6 repetitions. It's going to bring me closer to my goal of 600 pounds. I know every single time that I make a progression, I get closer. Today we're going to earn that. Let's get it. Ha! Come on, baby. Move. Yeah, buddy! Woo! High five. High five. High five. All right. All right, baby, so that went incredibly well. 7 repetitions, and I dare say I probably could have done one more, but I'm really happy with the 7. There will be 8 there next time I attempt that for sure, right? It's nice to say I did 7 with probably 1 more in the tank. And that's more than my goal, which was more than 5 originally, but I really wanted more than 6 between me and you, so I am happy, at least for today, you know what I'm saying? We got 2 sets of back down bench. We're gonna go close grip, 170 kilograms for 2 sets of 8 to 10 before I do a whole bunch of back work. And I'm definitely excited to share this back workout with you. It's just one exercise, one simple exercise. That's all I'm doing for my back training, but it is fantastic. It is guaranteed to help me add kilos or pounds to my bench press, and I want to share it with you. And don't be surprised when it's not complicated, because it never should be. Getting strong, getting big is really simple when you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna hit 2 sets of bench now, and then we'll talk about that. If you're still here, like this video, please. If everyone watching right now liked this video, that would mean the world to me. Drop a comment, share your thoughts. If you have any questions to do with bench press, I'll do my best to get back to you. And please subscribe to the channel for more content, which is 4 to 5 days per week. Let's go. Let's go, baby, come on. Thank you.
It's meant to be easy.
Yeah, it's meant to be, isn't it? Oosh, it's meant to be easy. Come on, let's get it, baby. Yeah, buddy! Woo! Fuck. 10 reps, baby. Let's go. Thank you. All right, baby, that's all the bench press I'm doing. 3 successful sets, 7 reps at 200 kilos, and a set of 8 and a set of 10 at 170 kilos with a close grip. I'm really happy with that. That brings me closer to my goal of 600 pounds, and it primes me and sets me up for the weekend with my big bench session with Big Vasa. God damn. But now we've got some serious back work to do. A big back equals a big bench. I don't know how many times I've said that, okay? If you want a big bench, build that foundation. Build your back wide, build it strong, okay? Now, one of the best possible ways you could do that is to do pull-ups and to get really good at pull-ups and to be strong enough to do a lot of pull-ups. Now, I can do around 14 or 15 repetitions at over 140 kilo body weight, okay? I reckon I would like to be able to do a lot more. I would like to do some sort of freaky 25, 30 repetitions at that body weight someday. That would be wild, but that's a long way off. And to achieve more repetitions with the pull-up, which many of you probably want to, okay? I'd say there's a lot of people who may only be able to do, 1, 2, or 3 repetitions, okay? Now, even if you can do more than that, what I'm about to do is an excellent way to get more out of your back training, okay? Every single repetition that I'm about to do is at 100% output. When we do high repetition sets of anything, when we get to those last couple reps when we're nearly failing, our output is much lower. What I'm gonna do is stagger these sets. I'm gonna do 10 sets of 3 instead of something like 3 sets of 10, okay? I'm gonna make sure every single one of these repetitions is at 100% output, that I am pulling myself up with as much power as possible. Don't get that confused with pulling yourself with as much power as possible. I'm sure you do plenty of that, don't you, fella? But that's okay. Today we're gonna do it with pull-ups, and so are you. The next time you go to the gym to train back, you're gonna try this. 10 sets of 3. I'm gonna film the first set, the 4th set, the 7th set, and the 10th set. It's a lot of words. Goodness me, I've got dry mouth as well. So, what I want you to look at is the output from the first set to the last set. I want it to be as close as possible. It may not be exactly the same, but it's still going to be at a very high output, which is going to help me benefit from this. This is going to help me build an even bigger, stronger back, which is exactly what I want. So I want a 600-pound bench. And the best way to do that, or one of the best ways to do that, is to get a big fuck off back. Now, when I perform this, okay, I'm going to be starting each repetition by retracting my shoulder blades and bracing my upper back, similar to how I would with a bench press, okay? So I'm going to be starting in a more specific position, and once I brace and retract my shoulder blades, I pull with 100% speed and power as hard as I can, okay? Now, you can't do that for that many repetitions in a row before you start losing that output. That's what I was talking about. So, if you're someone though who only can do, 3 pull-ups, a fantastic way to get good at doing pull-ups and to be able to do 10 pull-ups is to do 10 sets of 1. Okay, when you get 10 sets of 1 done, move on to 15 sets of 1. When you can do 15 sets of 1, maybe you come back and you do 10 sets of 2. Before you know it, you're going to be able to do 10 pull-ups. If you could do 10 sets of 3 repetitions at a very high quality with high output, I guarantee you can do more than 10 pull-ups in a row. So think about it like that. Start with singles, move on to doubles, and then triples, and then maybe see how many you can do in a row after that. Keep your rest periods to around 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. You want to be high quality, not fatigued. If you need a little bit longer, take it. If that's too long for you, then drop it to 60 seconds. But figure it out for yourself, give it a go. It's going to be good. All right, baby, this is my 10th and final set of 3 repetitions, keeping that same output and intensity the best that I can. Now, you may see that in between some reps, I take a little bit longer to set myself. Sometimes you just feel a little bit off center and you kind of let your body swing back to where it needs to be, and then you go. Just be patient with it, don't rush it. Make sure every repetition is as good as you can make it. Last set for me, then we'll wrap this up. Let's go. That wraps up my session for today. Now, that was only 3 working sets of bench press, 10 sets of pull-ups, only 3 repetitions, but that is plenty of work for me. As you can see, there's a very similar amount of presses as I do with pulls, where most of my training does revolve around that. Even if I don't bench press on the same day that I do my back, I'm making sure that I'm getting pretty close to an equal 1-to-1 ratio of pressing movements versus pulling movements. Again, when it comes to building a big bench press, a big chest, to build our foundation, which is our back, will give us the best chance of doing that, okay? It's not just our chest muscles that press when we do a bench press. We need stability. We need a foundation, okay? We need these things to help us with that movement because our chest isn't designed to press 250 kilos or even 200 kilos. It's not designed for that, okay? So that's why we have to use our technique. That's why we need to build our muscles big and fucking strong so that they don't break, okay? And having a good technique helps us with that. So for me now, what I'm gonna do is do a little bit of cardio. I've been doing a bit more cardio lately, and I'm gonna get some food in, get this video edited. In terms of my training for the week, I think I have a squat day tomorrow. Might introduce some back squats again, and maybe some strongman training tomorrow. If you'd like to see me do some strongman training, let me know in the comments. I've got a yoke, I've got some farmers, I've got a beautiful outside area. Might get out in the sun tomorrow and get some strongman training in. But yeah, that's about it. If you're still here, make sure you like this video, you drop a comment, you subscribe, share it with your mum, share it with your friends. We have brand new programs, single lift programs coming out in the next few weeks. And we just released 2 16-week programs, 3 lift programs on my website. There was a powerlifting peaking program and a power building program. So if you haven't checked it out yet, go and check it out, cultstrength.square.site. I'm gonna head off now. So until next time, guys, you know what to do. Go to the fucking gym and train your goddamn back. Train it just as hard as you train your chest. Let's go.